Hello all. So you know that anthropology test series has been started. So you might be wondering also, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Why? From our childhood we are coming across this particular idiom. So what does it say? That if you eat proper healthy food, then there is no requirement of having any doctor, and the healthy food is apple. In the similar format, a answer a daily will make you a civil servant. 100%. Because of the competition, because of the rigorous practice which we required, because of the discipline which we need to maintain in the final examination hall, there is a requirement of practice. And that practice should be minimum one answer, maximum two answer. It is enough and more, I am telling you. So for that particular thing, we started anthropology test series, whereby we will be doing the daily answer writing practice. 2 questions will be provided. For the 2 questions, I will be providing you the model answers as well. And for daily questions, there will be proper evaluation, sample evaluation copy also provided in your channel of your Telegram. And you will be having rapid revision classes. You will be provided with discussion class. You will be having one-to-one sessions as well. For your result, for your success, we are committed and we want to perform the best so that you will be getting the very good result. So I will be discussing, apart from all these things, I will be discussing how we have to start the answer writing program, or how we have to move with our answer writing thing. So for that, I am going to take few questions of yesterday's 2 questions and today's 2 questions, and how we have to write the answers for those questions I will be explaining you. The same you have to apply. See, first you understand, there is no requirement of mastering answer writing practice. To the question, if you write answer appropriately, you will get the marks. That's it. The demand of the question is mandatory. When the demand of the question is addressed, then you will get 50% of your marks. And if your answer is with anthropologists, with the tribal examples, you will get 1 more mark extra. In that way, percentage wise, how I will be giving the marks at Vishnu IAS Academy, percentage wise, 60% of the marks will be provided if your answer is awesome. 50% of the marks will be given if your answer is appropriate with respect to the demand of the question and all the points are been covered, and 40% for the second grade answer, 30% for no grade answer. In that way, percentage of marks will be provided. So I will be giving marks based upon the percentage. For example, if it is 20 marker, then it will be provided 12 marks for 60% of the marks. If it is for 10 marks, then 6 marks will be provided. If it is for 15 marks, it is 9 marks will be provided. So I will be taking the yesterday's questions, the quality of the questions, the evaluation of the paper. One sample evaluated copy also I will share with you and I will be explaining with you.
As you all saw the features which the batch contains, which is starting from number 11, why do you guys want to wait? Utilize this best opportunity and enroll right now. And for any details, contact the number which is mentioned below.
This is the question of day 1. If you notice, the first question is, list out the similarities and contrast between the culture and the civilization to understand human progress in the society. So see, list out the similarities, list out the contrast between culture and civilization to understand human progress in the society. To understand human progress in the society. So how the answer should be there for this particular question? Simple. In the process of evolution of man, so the question is about culture and civilization, how the introduction should be there. Intro is nothing but we are making the evaluator to stay alert that I am going to address the demand of the question in the second paragraph. So in the first paragraph, I am giving the direction. The direction is, culture and civilization are the most important aspects in the process of human evolution. The culture mainly talks about non-material aspects and the civilization mainly speaks about material aspects. This both combination has been helped in the process of human progress. See, In introduction, I discussed about culture, I discussed about civilization, I discussed about human progress. Like that, when the evaluator is evaluating in the introduction itself, he is going to understand that yes, you are going to prove in the second paragraph, third paragraph, the culture and civilization, how it is going to help in the process of human progress. Introduction. For any question like this, introduction should be there. The key points, remember this. The key points, intro, remember that keywords in the question, the keywords in the question are there or not. And in the last sentence of the introductory paragraph, hence we are going to prove, or in the human progress how it is going to help, we have to give the direction to the evaluator that the demand of the question is been answering in the next part. That is what. So that is intro for that particular question. Second, body. Write culture definition. You can write the definition of E.B. Taylor, Malinowski, any one anthropologist definition. One paragraph. Characteristics. Again, I am telling you, don't write all characteristics. Most important 5 characteristics you write. It became one paragraph, one para, 5 bullet points, 5 bullets. Then civilization. Civilization definition, one paragraph. Herzokovite definition is there, no? That definition you can write. Then characteristics of civilization. Characteristics of civilization, 5 bullets. Like civilization is material, civilization is dynamic in nature, civilization to change it takes only minimum time, whereas culture will take maximum time. So time frame, these all 5 points you will write here. This is not the demand of the question. But you are explaining to the evaluator. Why? Because it is such type of answer we have to write for 15 marks or 20 marks question. If it is for 10 marker, similarities, differences, culture, civilization, definition to the point. But it is for 15 marks, or if it is for 20 marker, then only we have to write the characteristics. Answer writing we have to make according to the marks, not according to what we know. Then what you will write? Similarities between culture and civilization. Differences between culture and civilization. Then next, most important, how culture and civilization helped in human progress. See, I gave you model answer. Here I am not here to explain the content, the format, the structure of writing an answer. Anyhow, characteristics, similarities, differences helped in human progress, then conclusion. Here in conclusion, we have to tell that culture helped the man in the process of ethical and social existence, and civilization had helped the man in making his life easier by using the technological innovations. Hence, by the culture and civilization, the progress of man was being possible. If in the both, if one is missing also, there is no chance of human progress. Hence, culture and civilization both should go hand in hand in the process of human evolution or human progress, full stop. That should be the conclusion. In that way, you need to write answers. In that way, you have to follow the answers. I will show you the model answer, how I gave, so that you will understand. I gave the intro in the introduction, then the culture definition, then Herzokovite definition. Anyone as a teacher, I gave you 2 definitions so that more content you will get. Culture definition I gave, then characteristics of culture I gave. In exam, you have to write only 5 characteristics, but as a teacher, I have to give more content, I gave more bullet points, but you have to write only 5. Then civilization, MacIver definition you can write. Then characteristics of civilization, which is given by Henry Morgan, 5 you written. Then similarities, human expression, both are culture and civilizations are manifestations of human creativity expression. Social organization, both helps in social organization, both transmit differences. What is the cultural, what is civilization, what is the scope of culture, what is the scope of civilization, what are the differences in scope. Differences, culture will take lot of time for spread, whereas civilization will, the spread will happen very quicker. Civilization will be spread or transmit without effort, but culture will be transmitted only with effort. For everything, one example. For example, technology, if it is useful, we will take, but culture like English language to come into India, it take 200 years. Culture and civilization. Differences you have to write. Then again you see the side heading. Understanding of human progress. How it is helping in the human progress. Both are helped, as I told you in the beginning, how culture and civilization both helped in the human progress. And finally, conclusion. In nutshell, culture and civilization both are interdependent, interrelated, intertwined. Both should go hand in hand. The culture is believed as a study of non-material, whereas civilization is believed as material objects. In the process of human evolution, both are required. Hence, both are the inseparable parts of human progress. Extra mile for every model, for our model answers, we will be providing you the extra mile for extra reading. For example, difference in table format I gave. Then second question. Write the basic concepts related to ethnocentrism and culture relativism. So the question is about ethnocentrism and culture relativism. First and second. Is really culture relativism violating the human rights, or it works in favor of human rights protection? So how the introduction should be there? I told you the keywords should be repeated in your intro. In the studies of culture and in the process of understanding of culture and its spread, culture relativism and ethnocentrism plays a very important role. Few people argue that culture relativism will favor human rights, and other will argue ethnocentrism is violating human rights. Whether it is a yes or no, whether it is true or no, whether it is really in the process of understanding culture or not, we are going to understand in the below paragraphs. See, ethnocentrism word I written, culture relativism word I written, favoring human rights I written, against human rights I written, and how we are going to see in the below paragraphs I mentioned. Then you know the answer. Then you know about ethnocentrism. I no need to tell about. Sumner definition of ethnocentrism you can write, and the characteristics of ethnocentrism, like closed, biased, whereas culture relativism, which is given by Franz Boas, culture relativism open, unbiased, non-sensitive. So characteristics you will write. Then what is really culture relativism violating? Culture relativism violating human rights, culture relativism favoring human rights. Culture relativism violating human rights. Why? Because when any human rights are getting violated, we should not leave it as their culture. We should also be vociferous against the human rights violations which are happening in other society. But the people who believe in culture relativism, they look into it as their culture and never interrupt it. Hence, there is a chance of violation of human rights like Dawoodi Bohra community, or Sati Sagamanam, or child marriages, or child or caste system, etc., etc. Favoring human rights, we have to understand the culture from their lenses. We have to understand the way of living from their lenses. Hence, it helps in protection of human rights. Then final conclusion. Yes, the culture relativism and ethnocentrism both are located on the polar ends of understanding the culture. But however, ethnocentrism is a negative concept and the culture relativism is a positive concept which makes the societies to be culture relativist but not ethnocentristic in nature. Why? Because the final destination of any culture is protection of human rights, and the protection of human rights is possible by following culture relativism up to some extent. That is very important. Up to some extent. In this way we need to write the answer. So what should be our body? See here. What should be our body? Same question. Intro. Ethnocentrism word should be there. Culture relativism word should be there. Favoring human rights word should be there, opposing human rights word should be there. We have to keep in our mind that in our intro, these 4 keywords are there. That is intro. Then body. Then when you come to the body, then to the point. Ethnocentrism definition, characteristics of ethnocentrism, culture relativism definition, characteristics of culture relativism, how we will keep example or no need for how, then we will remove this how. Culture relativism favoring human rights, culture relativism opposing human rights, points with examples. Conclusion, as I told you, both should go in that. Culture relativism should be given importance, both should not go hand in hand. So first paragraph, second paragraph, bullet points, fourth paragraph, bullet points, side heading, conclusion. Correct 3 pages, 15 marks question. Please make a mind map before you write an answer. This is also a mind map only. When you make a mind map, then easily we can execute and we can write a proper answer. It is not a rocket science. We will see today's question paper, day 2. Generalize the interrelationship, not similarity, relationship, interrelationship and comparisons. Interrelationships and compare. How both are interrelated, how I compare. How culture is interrelated with civilization, how civilization is interrelated with culture. Comparison, how differences. Similarities, comparisons means both. Comparisons बोले तो उसमें similarities आ जाएगा, उसमें के differences भी आ जाएगा. So comparisons, उसका similarities क्या है, उसका differences क्या है. किसके बीच में? Society के बीच में, culture के बीच में. To understand the nature of present modern society, to understand the present modern society. So in order to understand the present modern society, what are the interrelationships and what are the comparisons between the society and culture? So that first we should know about society and culture. Same intro. Now you got the point. How many keywords should be there? Society keyword should be there, culture keyword should be there, interrelated keyword should be there, comparison keyword should be there. See, the people coming or in the process of human evolution, or in the process, see why I am using the word human evolution is anthropology. That is the reason. Finally, we have to study about human evolution. In the process of understanding the human evolution, the people came together and established society, and in order to be in peace with each other, they came up with culture. For that question, intro. In the process of understanding the modern societies or simple societies, we should know the relationship between the society and culture. So society, culture, we should know the interrelationship, we should know the comparison to know about modern society. See, the keywords which are there in the question is again repeated in intro. Then we will go for body. बॉडी में सोसाइटी का डेफिनेशन क्या है? डेफिनेशन ऑफ सोसाइटी, पेज डेफिनेशन, मैकाइवर डेफिनेशन. Then again, characteristics of society. People come together based upon a criteria and establishing staying together is called a society. Number 2, based upon the criteria, there is a specified behavior, hence staying together is called a society. Characteristics of society. There is like-mindedness, there is likeness and differences, but likeness will be the dominant when compared to differences. So these all points, characteristics you will write. Then culture you will write. Definition of culture, again, be there definition or Geats definition, historically having the meanings which are embedded in the form of symbols. Geatal steed, Geats definition. You can write Geats definition, culture definition, characteristics of culture. First paragraph, second paragraph bullet points, third paragraph culture, fourth paragraph characteristics bullet points, then interrelationship between culture and society, Comparison between culture and society, here similarities, if any, here differences, if any. Then again, so in the process of understanding modern society, there is a role of understanding the societies and culture without knowing the proper details about the society and culture. Never we can decode the modern society. Like that, we need to write the answer for this question. I mentioned in the intro human evolution. Again, I brought in the understanding of modern societies. We should have the command, or we should have the understanding of society and culture. In this way, 3 pages completed. Simple thing I did, I had broken the question into pieces. I hope you understood. Then you see the model answer will be the same. See, the model answer will be the same. Society, McIver and Page definition, society, characteristics of society, if you see, all the characteristics of society. Then culture definition is there, sir. Geet's definition of culture. Then characteristics of culture. What are the characteristics of culture? List out the interrelationship and comparison. Interdependent. Society and culture are interdependent. Society is a group of individuals who share a common culture. Material culture will be there. Non-material culture will be there. Cultural diversity. Different societies are different, so the cultures also will be different. Cultural universe. But if all the societies staying together, then the culture also will be the same. Culture universals. Culture relativism. According to the society, we have to understand their culture, but our culture we should not apply onto them. Culture globalization. Nowadays, everywhere the culture is same, like McDonaldization. Cultural conflict. Difference in cultural belief and practice can lead to conflict within the society, like Hindu-Muslim conflict. Culture adaptation. Culture adapt to change in the culture will adapt to how the social is changing, how political is changing, how culture is changing. Cultural preservation. Societies often make efforts to preserve their traditional cultural practice. So in that way, the interrelationship and comparison I gave in the point-wise manner. Culture, society, aspect, meaning, what it does, what it represents, what it includes, what are the examples, and final conclusion. This type of questions will come. And I'm telling you, in the weekly test, the standard of question paper will increase. New questions will come up. Not exaggerating myself, I had enrolled myself to the Anthropology Society of India as well as London, whereby some magazines will be coming up. In that, the current events which are happening across, those questions will be asked here for weekly test. Daily is for practice. Then again, value addition, extra mile, value addition we are providing. Society, relationship between society from anthropologist point of view. Hoible. Up to now I gave, then Hoible, what Hoible? This also you can add there. What Hoible told, society is important. For R.C. Brown, people are important. For Malnovisky, culture is important. Hence, final conclusion is the society and culture both should stay together and move on hand in hand. Then only the societies will move on. Anthropologist point of view. Second question. List out the main significance. List out the main significance and characteristics of social institutions. So first is about, the question is about social institution. You know what is social institution? The people coming together based upon identity and criteria and staying together is called as a society. In that society, if the people, or in that society, the members, if they have a specified behavior, specific code of conduct to be followed, then that particular group of people is called a social institution. Social institution is nothing but society plus specified behavior in that particular group is called a social institution, like marriage, like economy, like legal systems, like family, like educational institution, like religious institution. We cannot go into the temple as our wish. There is a need for a specified behavior, social institution. So, in this process, what is social institution I told you, but list out the main significance and characteristics of social institution and analyze how it is useful to maintain peaceful coexistence in the society among the people. Society, then how we have to write? In the process of maintaining peace as well as fraternity among the members of the group, there is a need for a specified code of conduct and behavior which need to be followed, which is ensured by social institutions. There is a significance. There is significance in the social institutions which are going to discuss. Intro. Then body. Social institution definition which is given by Ginsberg, anthropologist, sociologist, social anthropologist. Ginsberg definition of social institution, characteristics of social institution, significance of social institution. See here. Intro, as I told you, body, social institution definition given by Ginsberg. Then characteristics of social institution. See, I am not giving you theoretical knowledge. I took one example, I took 4 examples and I am explaining you how to write a good answer. Characteristics of social institution, example of social institution, marriage, family, educational institution, political institution, and significance of social institution. Significance of social institution. What is the significance? Demand of the question. The first and the foremost significance of social institution is it helps in maintaining peace among the members of the society. The fraternity, the brotherly feeling and universal brotherhood can be established when there are social institutions. When the social institutions are there, then the societies will thrive. When the societies thrive, the mankind will thrive. Like that, we have to write the answer. Yes or no? That is the demand of the question. We will see once again. Social institution, then body, definition given by Ginsberg. Characteristics, structure, norms and roles, continuity and stability, socialization. Integration and cohesion, regulation of behavior, its support and security, it will be provide conflict resolution. It also provide economic stability, for example, family, education and knowledge transfer will happen. How social help maintain peaceful, promoting social cohesion, facilitating conflict resolution mechanism, ensuring social stability, etc. Conclusion. Play a critical role. Then extra mile, all the social institution I gave, the information about social institution I gave in this particular extra mile. In this way, if you practice on daily basis, how I told you, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, an answer a daily will keeps another attempt away. So now if you have any doubts, you can ask me, you can message me here in the chat box. Sensei, sir, please explain how anthropology answer writing is different from GS answer writing. Few points. Her question is very valid. So how anthropology from GS. Number 1, how anthropology answer writing is different from GS, remember. In anthro, we have to use anthropologists. We have to use societal and mainly, this is very important, and tribal examples. This is a very big difference. In GS, no need for quoting experts, but in anthro, we have to quote experts' names. And the most important, I am going to tell you, most important, maintaining structure of answer is compulsory for anthro. in GS, you can hit the bullseye. The demand of the question, you can write the answers in GS. But in Anthro, structure is inevitable for 15 marker and 20 marker question. Intro, conclusion, body is inevitable. These are the three major differences in C. Sir, like you said at the beginning of the session, +1 will be given for writing anthropologist names. Please explain where we can incorporate the names in the answers. For example, I will tell you, see. Now I discussed about society. Now I discussed about culture. Now I discussed about ethnocentrism. I discussed about cultural relativism. So here, social institutions I discussed about. So here we have to write those names. Like cultural relativism, what he told, who told. Ethnocentrism, who told and what he told. That is called as anthropologist way of writing an answer. Generally also we can write cultural relativism, whereby one culture is unique, every culture is unique in its context. There is no necessity of comparing one culture with another culture. Generally also I can write. But when I write this person, this anthropologist told or the social anthropologist told, then I will get mileage. For that purpose we have to remember. For that purpose we have to remember. I am accepting it. Pranshu. Sir, please tell us some methods and tests by which we can remember the anthropological read concept and theories for a long time. Don't worry, Pranshu. I made a very good table, which anthropologist, which concept, what he told in 3-4 lines, not 3-4 lines, man. In 3-4 words I made. I will send. In your third test, anthropological thought will come. At that time, I will share you that PDF. You read that, you will remember forever. Means anthropologist, which topic, on that topic, what he told. Wo aap padho, Pranshu. So, what current affair should be followed, especially for paper 2 like this year means? Yes, Preeti. Very valid question. This is Preeti. Current affairs are most important, mainly for paper 2. This time it is completely Loda question was been asked. Several Roy Burman question was been asked. So you don't worry. These all questions you can address. I will be providing you the 1000 case studies exclusively. Nearly 800 are for tribal India. And Anthropology Monthly magazine is there in the website. You can go on the top. You can see current affairs, click there, anthropology current affairs magazines are there every month, 60-70 pages is there, you read it. But you don't worry, in paper 2, this time I am developing the content, more examples and more anthropologists who worked for Indian tribals will be discussed a lot. Okay? But current affairs, as you told Preeti, current affairs are most important for paper 2. So same form of discussion classes we will have for weekly tests compulsory. We will have one-on-one sessions, online as well as offline. Already I provided rapid revision classes to all, recorded videos, but discussion classes and one-to-one sessions will be live classes. Why I gave recorded videos? Because few students asked me that, sir, we will be watching the videos according to our convenience for our preparations. That is the reason I provided recorded videos. Tasha, discuss historical particularism as a critical development to classical evolutionism. Please discuss and show structure. 2024 का क्वेश्चन है ये. 2 months के पहले, last month UPSC asked this question. Wait, I will answer it. See, I will tell you the structure. Discuss historical particularism as a critical development to classical evolutionism. So, intro. Classical evolutionism and historical particularism are the two most important thoughts of anthropological thought or of anthropological theories which developed in 19th century, mainly in British and America. The analysts say that the historical particularism has been evolved from the criticism of classical evolutionism. How we are going to discuss? All the keywords repeated and the demand of the question has been repeated in the intro. Then body. Classical evolutionism. Intro I told you. Then classical body. Classical evolutionism. Small intro. Classical evolutionism was been given by E.B. Taylor, Henry Morgan, James Fraser of 18th century British anthropologists and American anthropologists together. They mainly believed that man evolved from savagery, barbarism and civilization, which is simple to complex, homogeneity to heterogeneity. And they also believed in the concept of psychic unity of mankind, because of which the man will be thinking in the same way. Hence, the cultures are same across the world, which is called as culture parallels. They also believed in the culture survival, which is present in the past. If it's present today, it is also called as culture survival. That introduction you gave. The question is not that historical particularism. So, that paragraph you will write. But however, it is subjected to criticism. Criticism of classical evolutionism. उसको आप bullet points में लिखेगा. Psychic unity of mankind was been criticized. Culture parallels has been criticized. Culture survivals was been criticized. From simple to complex was been criticized. Examples you read. For example, if that is the case, then in India, Indus Valley civilization was urban civilization, should become more urban, but rather it become Vedic civilization, which is a rural civilization. Hence, the process of simple to complex is not true in Indian context. Hence, it got criticized. So, criticism. So, in order to address the criticism of classical evolutionism, Franz Boas had came with a concept called as historical particularism. And in the process of historical particularism, apart from Franz Boas, there is also Margaret Mead and Ruth Benedict who contributed to this concept. Historical particularism is nothing but where they emphasized more on history. Every culture is because of environmental conditions, psychological aspects, historical connections. The primacy was being given to history. Like that, we will write about historical particularism. So, the unilateral definitions of classical evolutionism, the one-sided way of classical evolutionism, or the racist form of classical evolutionism was being questioned in the historical particularism. Hence, historical particularism is the answer of classical evolutionism. Samajh mein aaya tha, Asha? Sanjana. Sir, how to prepare paper 2 like this year question paper? Yes, I told you, Sanjana, in the beginning. Any suggestions regarding how we can recollect the reading while writing answer? Revision notes. Mandatory. Don't worry, anthropological, for all units I made revision notes, I will be sending you. But you should make your own, not mine. You should have your own. You have to make your own revision notes. Not on computer, by writing. Ishwar. Sir, is it beneficial to prepare through question and answer approach? No, not at all. See, please don't go with question and answer. Please don't go with question and answer. Go with concept-oriented book. Anyhow, I will be sending you the 2 books, or McGraw-Hill's had published a complete anthropology book by me. I am the author of the McGraw-Hill's publications. So, don't go with the local books, or see, one thing you have to understand, Harshad Jain is a ranker, whether he will be having that much of time to make that book, no, some or the other author will be, or teacher will be making it. So, don't depend on question and answers. Please have the concept, prepare concept-oriented. Then you do answer writing practice. Then you can write any answer. From that book, if that question and answer is, if from that book, that question you prepared answer from that question. If that question is not there in the paper, no, that's the wrong way. You have to do like a guide, later part. You have to see whether all questions are being read by you or not. For reading purpose, you should use those books, but not depending on those books. That book is good only, but don't completely rely on it. समझ में आया आपको? ईश्वर बोया. Sir, someone who is not yet done with the syllabus, what resources should be referred for daily tests? What resources you have to use for the daily tests means, for example, in the test series, I am providing you to my students daily, my notes I am providing, value-added content I am providing, textbooks I am providing, that way. I think this is correct. Appropriate answer, Tejaswini. Shreyas. Sir, should we refer question banks by toppers or your notes? Would you suggest any other? No. See, I will suggest my notes, number 1. I will suggest my notes. But you also go with question and answer books. After reading this, once go through it, whether that question you can address or not. Go with topper's copy also. For the same question, how he or she written the answer. What extra points she added. So we should not learn. We should analyze. Why she written that point? Why the topper written that point? Why I missed it? So where there is a gap, that gap you need to fill. समझ में आया? Shreyas, Tejaswini, अर्थమైందా? But one more thing I will tell you. See, compulsory answer writing practice is must for a serious aspirant. Why? Because in the examination hall, in that 3 hours of time period, if our pen need to run quicker, it can happen only by the practice. As I tell everyone, the test series is useful when you write all the tests, and you have to write all the tests. Not only that, number one, it will create a discipline that every Sunday there will be test every day by 1 o'clock you will be provided with the daily questions. By 5 o'clock you will be provided with daily answers. And evaluation will be done by daily 11 o'clock night. So discipline will be maintained. If proper evaluation happened, then you will get where to improve. And when you do a rigorous practice, this practice will help in your final examination. These 3 things: discipline, evaluation, practice. Discipline, evaluation, practice. DIP. Shreyas is asking that, sir, valid question is asking, sir, your model answers are more than 250 words. How to consolidate them? Very good. I told you. My model answers will be 350 words because I want to see when we read 10 points, you will remember only 5 points. If you remember only 5 points, then you will remember in the examination only 2 points. So as a teacher, I am providing you a little bit more content in the form of bullet points. But you have to filter it. You remember the 10 points so that at least 5 you will remember in the examination hall. Be practical. Okay? So everyone, thank you very much.